Hi, this is Ben at Modus Operandi, and today I want to start with the radical proposition, work shouldn't suck. I believe that every day at work has the potential to be one of those peak days. You know the ones I'm talking about. The days when everything comes together. You feel energized, focused, and you feel like you can take on the next challenge no matter what it is. The problem is, you probably also know those other days. It's hard to get out of bed in the morning. You feel like your willpower has been replaced by Jell-O. And worst of all, you're haunted by these nagging doubts, like, what if I'm wrong? What if it doesn't work? And worst of all, maybe I should get a real job. Most of us have been conditioned to believe that those other days are actually the normal days, but there's no reason for it. I'd like to introduce you to the first law of emotional dynamics. Just like thermodynamics, we know in a closed system, energy cannot be created or destroyed, only transformed. So the real key is to understand the various forms that our emotional energy can take, and the tricks and devices that we can use to transform it from one form to another. Now, when the energy comes out focused, moving us towards important, meaningful goals, we call that flow. You're the Zen master. You're like a ninja warrior, grounded, resourceful, energized. You're unstoppable. The problem is, when that flow of energy gets diverted, it doesn't go away. It just comes out in unproductive and often destructive forms. So we need to be aware of the three forms that it can take when it comes out negatively. First of all, we can turn the energy back in on ourselves. And when this happens, we feel depressed, demoralized, and it feels like we have no energy at all. It's not that the energy's gone away. We're just using all of our creative abilities to convince ourselves of what could go wrong. The second form it can take is whenever we play the victim and look for somebody to blame. Really two sides of the same coin. When we do this, we spend all of our energy trying to convince anyone who will listen, and a lot of people who really aren't listening, that we're just an innocent bystander in our own lives. And then we go looking for the person to blame. Finally, we can spin that energy out into obsessive-compulsive behavior. I think a favorite in North American society these days. We can spend that energy doing the same things again and again and expecting different results, or indulging in some sort of addiction to numb that hollow feeling we have inside. So the important point is, the energy is going to come out one way or another, either unfocused and potentially destructive, or focused, moving you towards important, meaningful goals. So the real question is, how do we transform that energy? I think there are three primary barriers that actually keep the flow from flowing. And they are a sense of isolation and separation, resistance to the world as it actually is, at least as a starting place, and a slavish attachment to one way of doing things or one particular outcome. I believe if we find the ways to start to convert the isolation into connection, the resistance into an awareness, and the attachment into responsiveness, we're going to find more and more of our energy channeled into productive flow and spend less of our time having those other days. My name is Ben Cottle. This is Modus Operandi. Thanks for joining us.